Okay, let me be serious here. How many of you guys hated the cliffhanger? Yeah, like seriously, how many guys of you guys hated the cliffhanger when Issei turned into his wing the true juggernaut mode? How many of you guys actually hated it? Like, cause I was excited to see what was about to happen next because I already knew what was gonna happen. So I was like, okay, I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see max powered Red Dragon Emperor versus max powered uh, what's his name? Cyrog. I was ready to see it, and all of a sudden, screen to the end. That's all I see. Like, ah, that got me so. I was like, wow. I was like, I was straight up, wow, that happened. Ah, uh, uh, I don't even know what to say. I just don't know what to say. Anyways, let's speak about this episode. More or less, this episode kind of the start. I don't think so. It missed anything important. If I'm correct me. Okay, again, been a long time since I read the light novel, so most probably I would have missed something in my excitement because I was excited to watch the fight between Cyrog and Issei, but that was kind of short because obviously they left it on a cliffhanger. So yeah, I was excited to see that fight, but rather I did not get to see that fight. But I might have missed something in that excitement. So just correct me if I'm wrong on anything that I was about to say. But I don't think that they missed out on anything major that would impact the story like the last episode and the previous episode because they did miss some points that would put people in the question. But this episode pretty much gave it very clear about what happened to start the first half. It was Kiba, Zenobia, and Roswise against Cyrog, and pretty much it's what you say think happened. Cyrog's left arm got cut off, and pretty much that's the how the match ended with everyone getting bodied, and after that, the Cyril made the announcement. Pretty much, his queen will be there, and Issei couldn't hold his anger. Issei being Issei, obviously, because he can't see his friends get hurt. And normally, I don't like the friend pep talk in anime, but the reason I let this one slide is because of the sheer fact that it actually put Cyrog under fear. He's like, "Yep, I'm pulling my queen out. That guy's about to kill my queen." So yeah, I actually feel like the antagonist of this arc. He's not even an antagonist, to be honest. He's just a neutral guy. So yeah, he was pulled back uh, by she was pulled back by Cyrog, his queen, because he knew that Issei would kill her instantly. So yes, intelligent job by the uh, another main character of this arc. So yeah, the next thing is Issei, pretty much Cyrog. Cyrog pretty much asked Issei to Issei and Rios to pretty much make a match 2-on-2 or 3-on-2 because Asia is obviously out, so let's just put it 2-on-2 because Asia. The plan was what Issei and Rios were actually going for is basically Asia would go in after Issei. She would give up the next match, and Rios would fight the next match most probably. Is that what I'm thinking? I think I'm wrong. I think so. It was Asia gives up, then yeah, Rios fights the next match, and then Easy fights the final match. I think so. That's how the plan went. But instead, the match that was announced was the what Cyril announced was taking a 2-on-2 round basically. So yeah, and the pawn was pretty much from the Legends of Hercules, and that was Line of Nemesis, a Nemesis or line of Nemesis or Nemesis, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, That was Hercules. That was from the Legends of Hercules. If you guys know the Greek mythology, am I right? Greek mythology or is it Norse mythology? Because I get the Greek and Norse mythology confused, and I kind of, because sometimes I do get it confused with a lot of stuff. Because in a way, Greek and Norse mythology are a lot relatable, to be honest. So that's the reason why I get it a lot confused. So just don't get me wrong with if I get it wrong, but I think so. Hercules was in the Greek mythology. So yeah, uh, moving on from that, we also see Issei's ancestors pretty much saying that he needs to give up after Issei was defeated by the balance breaker of the pawn, and that being the Saint Seiya look that was given to Cyrog, and pretty much he bodies Issei, one shots Issei, and Issei goes in deep derived sleep where he was about to activate the Jiggermon mode because of these people, but obviously, power of friendship, power of Opie, it's very. This is why I kind of like this series, because this series is weird in many ways. Like, you wouldn't expect Issei to come out of, like, people to come out of nowhere and praise Opie of all the things. Like, oh my god, like, get powered up by Opies. And now that's something. Like, yeah, now that is something you don't see in every series. I mean, yeah, it's in a way it does kind of a lot of perverted things. At the same time, it's also funny to see it because uh, at the same time, when there are moments like this where he gets powered by Issei gets powered by Opais, there are also moments where Issei just straight up like goes berserk on everyone, and his hatred, anger, and everything. He just goes all in. So that's what I like about the series. Just not like this is why I like, because it's just not very straightforward. But at the same time, sometimes it just is too complicated. So I guess that's just how it is. That's just how high school DD has always been, and that's what we see here too. Like how, and before you guys say how did the White Dragon Emperor or Heavenly Dragon Emperor get in there, um, the reason for that is that the Heavenly Dragon Emperor, well, as if you remember in, I think this was in season 2 if I'm correct, but if you remember that he basically uh, took a chunk of Wally's power, and that's why Issei also has the Welsh Dragon booster, and basically he has both the powers, the light and the crimson. He has both the powers of light and the crimson dragon. So yes, he has both the powers, and that's the reason why the fragment that was remaining within him, he basically appeared. The fragment of the White Dragon Emperor, or the Heavenly Dragon Emperor, however you want to call him, it appeared, and that's basically how Issei got his transformation. But yeah, the cliffhanger, yeah, that put me under a real deal. Like, no, I'm not having that. Anyways, let me know what you think about this episode of High School DD. Let me know what you think about Issei's new Dragon Emperor look, or True Power, Max Power Dragon Emperor Issei. And I'll see you in the next video. As always, peace.